Hey, okay, so welcome to our quick little team call here. I just wanted to share with you guys kind of my game plan for the month. I am recording this, so if you're watching this recorded, then just know that you can always ask me questions. But I basically just wanted to walk you guys through how I kind of plan out my month so that I can make sure that I'm basically just managing my time wisely and being intentional with the things that I talk about on social media. And so pretty much I start every month just kind of thinking about, what kind of groups do I want to have and when do I want to have these groups happen. And I pretty much just run an ongoing challenge group. So it'll pretty much be the same group for like 3 or 4 months. And that way people can just be continuously added to it. And so like, for instance, if you saw my post last night, I posted last night about starting a new group this coming Monday. We already have the new group started. It technically started on like the 5th, but I'm adding new people to it every Monday. And so like, I don't put necessarily a date for everything. At least I've been trying not to, just so that I can just tell people like, hey, if you're not ready this week, then we can still roll you in next week. And then I have a document of prep videos and all of these things. These are resources that you guys can use too. So it's not just stuff that I'm like pulling out of thin air and that you guys can't use. But pretty much I plan to have a group that, that is ongoing, and I add people to it every single week. Ideally, if they can start like as a whole, like a group of people together, then that really tends to help. But the way that the group is structured, it's just kind of like a daily check-in. I've been kind of shifting away from doing 2 posts a day and just trying to do 1 post a day so that it's a little bit less time consuming on the app. But pretty much like that's kind of the gist of things, is that I will like promote a group in my Facebook posts, in my Facebook and Instagram stories, but I'm not necessarily going to only invite to that group that week. Like I'm going to be continuously inviting people to join that group as the conversation that I'm having with them turns into an invite, anything that happens that way. But essentially, we started the group on the 5th. New Mondays, anyone can jump in. I have a plan to do a free group starting the 18th, I believe. And so the free group, this is like something that I would do on Facebook. So this would be like a crockpot clean eating challenge, something like a 5-day crockpot recipe gather or something like that, where we're just going to like have a community on Facebook. It's not related to Beachbody at all. Maybe it'll be like a don't yell at your kids for 3 days challenge or something. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm going to post about that group on like the 13th or the 14th of this month so that I can invite people to it that weekend. And then I'll post about it again on the weekend, and then people could just join Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Once I finish Wednesday, that 3-day period of doing a free group, might be 5 days, but I like to do 3 because it goes faster and people don't lose interest as fast. Once that free group is over, then that's the beginning of the enrollment for my next challenge group. So that would be when I start posting about my October group, which it's going to be the same as my September group in the app. It's going to be the exact same place, but I'll change up the theme. I might talk about something a little bit different, like countdown to Halloween or something like that. So like you can kind of see, like I always have a group I'm inviting to, and it's usually a paid group. So it's usually something that requires them to have Shakeology and to have Beachbody on Demand or, a fitness program. Don't know why they wouldn't want Beachbody on Demand, right? It's amazing. But requiring that like for the first month, just kind of as a non-negotiable, just make sure that you kind of set it up. Like I can't help you have the best first 30 days if you're not willing to make the full investment. That's kind of like the mindset behind that. So I post this week, and I've been posting in my Instagram stories, Facebook stories, on my Facebook and Instagram about like my next challenge group. Like I said, it's the same group, but just like the next one starting this Monday. I'm going to continuously keep doing that, especially like in the background on my Facebook and Instagram stories. And that's something that you guys can do too. If you have a couple people who've said, hey, what are you doing? I might like to do this too. You can put their name on a list. Don't like put their last name, just like a rough, first name, last initial, because then they could be anybody. And you just reserve their spot. And it kind of creates this sense of urgency. But that just is kind of a simple little way that we've found over the last few months as a team has helped to kind of get people on board who said they wanted to be on board. What was I going to say? So, okay. This week I'm inviting to the next group. Next week, I'm going to continue to invite to the next group, but I'm also going to be watching in the challenge group for people that are, potentially going to be good coaches. So anyone who's really participating really well in the group, they're going to be people that I'm going to like shout out in the group, and I'm going to take notice of them and just kind of talk to them on the, like in the background, I guess. That way, it will just really get, sorry, I keep looking at my phone. I need to stop. That way it'll just get everybody kind of on the page of like, they're in the mindset, basically, like talking to them about the things they're doing well and recognizing that in the challenge group. That's going to put them in the mindset of like, oh, I could totally do this. I could do this coaching thing because like you're showing them as a coach, like you're showing them what they're doing well already. So I try and like give them responsibility sometimes. I might ask them to post a recipe or to share their transformation so far or something that I feel like they would be comfortable with. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to, be inviting them potentially to do a sneak peek into coaching. This will be something that we'll do on, I believe, did I put it for, I think there's going to be a sneak peek either next week or the week after. It's going to be an inspiration sneak peek that Micah hosts. And eventually I want to get to running our own sneak peeks like with our team, because I think that would be awesome. But for now, like that's usually just a once a month sneak peek that I add people to then. But I also have past sneak peeks that I'll add them to. And so that you guys can do that too. If you have anyone who expressed interest about the coaching opportunity, early on, then you can add them to a past sneak peek, maybe the one that you were in. Just that way they can, just see like information about what coaching is and hear stories and just really get an inside look on things. So that sneak peek is something I do every month. Our team does it every month, and it's like it's a big part of making it so that you guys can invite people to the business opportunity as well. So like all of the stuff that I'm talking about, all of these things that I'm doing, I want you guys to like take that and know that you can like copy it. Don't necessarily copy word for word exactly what I say in a post, but you can do a similar graphic. I love using Canva to make graphics. There's simple online trainings you can use to do that, but it's super straightforward, very user-friendly. And so just make a quick, simple graphic that you can just share on social media. Should have maybe a picture of you that you're comfortable with and just a little bit of basic information. Just like model it after the post that I shared last night, and post that. And just see if you have anyone who expressed some interest. They may or may not, especially if you haven't announced that you're a coach yet. They might not know what you're talking about. But it's something that, you could use as I'm just starting as a new coach. I'm looking for 3 people that I can kind of help, that I can help get started on their journey too. And just talk a little bit about why, things like that. If you need help crafting a post, that's something you can always ask me about. So I would just, if you don't have a game plan for this month, then this week I would work on making a post about a group. You can have it be a Fall into Fitness group. It doesn't matter when it starts. Just say it starts Monday, and then you can roll people into the group that I provide. I'm not expecting you guys to go and create your own group like from the get-go, because I want to make sure you have a place that, you feel supported in, and that you don't necessarily have to go solo on everything. So just know that like, that's why I want you guys to be able to add people to our group. Let's see, what do I do on Sundays? Oh, so things that I post. I have a posting schedule that I believe I tagged you in, most of you guys in, on the Team Joy Fit Crew page. That's my main team page for you guys. That posting schedule is something that I pretty much follow every week, like sometimes a little more loosely, but for the most part, I pretty much stick to it. And doing that like helps me have consistency in my business, because I'm constantly showing up and people can see that I'm showing up. If we go in spurts as coaches and we have like a week here where we're posting more, and then a week down here that we're not, or a day here that we're doing our workout and posting about it, and then another day that we're not, like that inconsistency creates kind of a a broken bridge, so to speak, with the people that are following you. And so if you want to build like a strong bridge so that people feel comfortable going out across, to go cross the waterfall or whatever with you, then you need to be willing to stay consistent in the little things. If you haven't done the trainings yet, then this might be kind of new to you, but the 4 vital behaviors of being a coach, like something you should do every single day, is be a product of the product. So do your workout, drink your shake or your Beachbody Performance. Do your personal development. So read or listen to something that's going to help like get your mindset in the right place. This could be like the 50 Ways to Yay book that I'm recommending this month. It could also be something different like the Slight Edge or the Compound Effect. All of those are really good ones to start with as a new coach. Let's see. Then sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. Like, do I have everything? Yeah. Then the third thing is to invite. So there's like different ways to invite. Basically, you can invite someone directly in person. You can invite them, like sending them a message on social media. But the easiest, simplest way is just that you're inviting them to join you by sharing what you're doing on social media. So that's posting, a sweaty selfie every now and then, or posting something creative about your lifestyle and how you're fitting Beachbody into that, or how Beachbody kind of meshes with everything. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle, and that's what is going to be attractive to people, because you're going to attract people that are like you. So just staying consistent with those things. The fourth one is recognition. So just, recognizing people for doing a good job, whether it's being present in like the team page when you see recognition happen, and again, recognizing people's successes, even if it's not your own, or just complimenting somebody else. I feel like doing that every day is such a key piece of what I do every day. I work my business 5 to 6 days a week, usually 6 days a week. I work Mondays through Saturday. I usually take Sundays off for the most part, but like if you can get consistent in doing those things, like those 4 vital behaviors of being a coach and your power hour, which if you haven't done the training, do your training and you'll learn about what a power hour is. And just start posting consistently on social media, then all of the pieces that I've talked about inviting to groups and having this kind of play out over the course of the month, they will fall into place, and they'll fall into place more naturally because you're going to have consistency and a little bit of credibility built up. And that just is going to continue to compound over time. It's not going to be something that happens in 1 month or even in 2. It's going to take some time to kind of compound. So just be patient with that process as you're doing the things on the Power Hour tracker where you're inviting people and connecting with people. You have to be willing to trust the process for longer than even 60 days. Like it's something that will take a little time to build up, because like right now you've stepped off. Like this is one of my mentors used this analogy. Like basically when you do something like this, when you join a company like Beachbody, or you decide to do something like this, you're stepping out onto this bridge in like a ravine, and it's a rope bridge, and everybody looks at you like you're crazy. And you probably feel like that, like sometimes too. I know I did. But every time that you take a step further across the bridge, and every time that you continue to stay consistent in your journey and share that, to do the things, on the Power Hour tracker where you're inviting people consistently, every time you do something like that consistently, that means every single day, then you build like stronger layers on that bridge. You start to add like a brick or maybe a wood plank first. And then like eventually that bridge gets stronger and people see you continue to cross it, and you're all the way out in the middle, and this bridge looks like impossible to break. And they're like, oh, okay, this wouldn't be so scary anymore. So just know that the consistency comes in the little things you do during the month. But I mean, other than that, I don't think that I really have any crazy other surprises. That's pretty much it. Like that's how I plan my months. I try and keep it super simple. If I have people say no to a challenge group, I will actually invite them to do the 14-day free trial with the group and actually be part of the group with us and just do that trial, because better that they get something for 2 weeks. And then they know the value. So just know that if people tell you no, you can always ask them, well, it's fine if you don't want to do this right now. One of the things that some people like starting with is this 14-day free trial where you get to do the workouts and the nutrition and all of this fun stuff. You can actually complete like 2/3 of a program in 14 days. So that's a great kind of bridge to bridge the gap. piece to bridge the gap, something like that. Anyway, Dottie, do you have any questions for me, or did that make sense? Good? Okay. Well, I don't really have anything else that I wanted to cover tonight. I just wanted to talk game plan. And then if you guys have any questions, then I can answer questions. But if you're watching this recording, then obviously you're going to have to ask me questions later. So I am going to post this in the team page, and then you guys can just comment on it as you have questions. And I would love to hear like what your goals are for the month. So, how many people do you want to help this month, I guess? Like, do you want to help 3 people? Do you want to help 5 people, 10 people? Whatever that number is, I want to know what that is so that we can break it down and we can kind of help you space it out over the course of the month. Okay? All right.